Hello, hello. We're excited to do this presentation tonight. I'm going to share my screen. And we're going to jump right into it. Awesome. Can everyone see my screen just fine? Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into it. This is really, really exciting. We are Activate and Thrive in 2025. Thank you so much for being on this call tonight. We're so happy you're here. We're going to get into some exciting info about our GLP-1 weight loss challenge that is super exciting with huge cash prizes. But first, we're going to go back a few steps and we're going to talk about what is activation. And, we're going to touch a little bit at the end about the business opportunity. Now, I love activation. It is life-changing. It is root cause. It's herbs, it's holistic, it's everything that is my jam. However, what I came to this business for was the business. I'm passionate. I'm just as passionate about the network marketing side of what we have here. Because my family, we were praying for answers. I'm the mother of 8. My name is Andrea Aber. I'm an executive consultant with LifeVantage. And I was a former professional chef. That's where I met my husband, who is an executive chef. We've been married for 18 years. We have 8 children. When LifeVantage came to us, we were praying for answers. I was 36. My husband was 48, and we had no retirement plan. We had 5 children. We knew we were going to have more children. We wanted more children and to be blessed with more children, but we didn't have any end in sight. And I started to panic a little bit. I would get up in the middle of the night, you guys, and I would go to the bathroom because I'd be big and pregnant, having to pee. And I just remember thinking, like, we don't have a plan. We don't know what we're going to do. And the plan was just to live really, really on a tight budget so that we can pay off our house, so that we can probably just both work part-time, in our old age. As we started to look and try to make more of our life, we looked into investing in a restaurant because we're both chefs. That was the first thing that came to our mind. We thought we have no business opening any business except a restaurant. So we actually looked at that for about 9 months, where we were looking into opening a restaurant, doing payroll, hiring chefs. It was going to be a boatload of money. And then we started looking at other options when we decided that actually isn't what we wanted to do. So our stories, we came to LifeVantage. We found network marketing, to the point that when I looked at network marketing after looking at multiple other businesses, including almost investing $150,000 in a restaurant, we looked at this business model. We were like, wait a second, there's no cap on the income that we can earn. We're going to invest maximum $1,000. We don't have to pay anybody. We're just going to partner with people who see the vision with us. We get to back really incredible products. And instead of being on a super tight budget, in a large family where we were already doing things holistically, living on a single family income, we were like, we can afford all these products. Yes, sign us up. So we joined this business 6 years ago. We haven't looked back. And, at the 3-year mark, my husband was able to quit his job. We've been traveling around the country in an RV. We're hippie like that. We just wanted time together more than anything. We knew the finances would come as we kept committed to what this business is. But for the last 3 years, we've just enjoyed each other's company. You guys, we've been all over the United States with our now 8 children. We've been, the one picture is Mount Washington in New Hampshire. I drove up there. My husband and sons walked up there. We were down in Miami in Banana Farm over the last winter. We've been in South Padre Island another winter. Right now I'm in Palm Desert, California with my family, surrounded by palm trees. My husband and I at Mount Rainier in Washington State. We've been all over the states. We've hit 39 states in the last 3 years, and we've had incredible, incredible lifelong memories. In addition to that, with this amazing company, we've been to places like Croatia, no expense, all expense paid. I know some companies make you pay like a tax fee, and I know that's very expensive. At LifeVantage, we don't pay anything. They're literally all expense paid. And I've been to Cabo San Lucas, an incentive trip to Cancun, to Punta Cana, to Croatia, and now to South Africa, and then Alaska this year. Super exciting. So I hope that when you come here, you come with an open mind, and we're going to share some really exciting things. We're going to talk about a challenge, but there's other things that are absolutely life-changing. And this company has blessed my family in many ways, and many, many, many others. And it's brought us even more that we came here for. We came here for, for time together, for finances, for like a retirement plan, But we've just found a community. We've found incredible people and a purpose in life and a mission. And that's getting these amazing products into as many people's lives as we can. So we're going to talk about some disclosures tonight. And, you know, if we're talking about the business, not everyone's results are going to be the same, right? It's about the effort you put in. Every person is starting at a different, you know, starting point. Same thing with our health. Results will vary, right? We know what it's going to do, the empirical data, but we do not claim to treat, prevent, cure, mitigate disease. This is not FDA regulated. So we want to be very careful with any of these claims, right? So moving on, we are the activation company. Activation is what makes us so unique in this space. Activation means that we are turning on the body to make what it needs and what God designed it to do, rather than trying to supplement from the outside. We have a beautiful array of products. We're going to highlight the main one that started it all. And that is this beautiful baby right here. This beautiful blue bottle called Protandim NRF2 is an NRF2 activator. NRF2 is a pathway in the body. It's the master regulator for the whole body, for all the cells. So literally, when you take this combination of 5 herbs, it's turning your body on to go to work, making its own antioxidants, putting out the fires in the body, reducing oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days, 70% over the next 90 days. And it just blew up the world. We were not in network marketing, so we have a very unique story. We didn't start out as a company that developed a good product to bring to market. We started out as an all-natural medical breakthrough that was aired on an ABC investigative report. Because they made that claim that it would reduce oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days, John Quijones came in and he did an ABC investigative report because they wanted to expose them, right? What ended up happening is his blood markers, where they were checking the oxidative stress, was reduced by 45% in just 2 weeks, in just half the time. And they showed that they couldn't tell the difference in the blood markers between a 20-year-old and an 80-year-old. In that ABC investigative report, they showed that John Quijones, the reporter, was probably about 50 at the time, maybe a little more, that his blood level markers were the same, were that which you would expect to find in the level of a newborn child. So you can see that what we have here is very, very special. And this is the caliber of products that we're bringing to you with LifeVantage. Super amazing, industry disrupting. And even 20 years later, the world is just catching up to what we have our hands on here. We are also the first to bring out the first clinically proven collagen activator. So again, we know if you go anywhere, collagen is everywhere, right? I just was at Whole Foods. There's so many different kinds of collagen. Where we differentiate is because we are an activator. So what that means is, yes, we are supplementing. We're supplementing 10 different types of collagen here, which makes it superior. Most collagens have 1 to 3 types of collagen. But the real differentiator is that we are an activator. So this activates type 1 collagen, which you can expect to see mostly in the skin, by 100% in just 8 weeks. So you see that density of the skin, and we see the most profound picture. So we're not going to go into those pictures tonight, but get with the person who invited you here, and they will show you our groups, our product education groups, and you will be wowed by what this collagen can do. So the weight loss system that broke the internet, that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We've just introduced this new product where, you know, we know GLP-1 is a big buzzword, and our company said we're the activation company. We turn the body on to make what it's supposed to make. So can we do that? And they certainly did. They brought us the MB Core and MB Enhance. It's a 2-part system that activates the GLP-1 hormone in our body. And we're going to get into that with my dear friend, Erin, who is going to help me with this presentation tonight. This was so massively popular. Let me just admit a few more people in. So massively popular that it sold out in just 13 days. What we thought we had our hands on for a generous, 3 months sold out in 13 days. It was wild. Their second batch sold out in weeks, and we continued to sell even though we were in back order. It was really surreal and phenomenal, which is why if you're here tonight, you should probably look a little bit into the, I'm going to have to go back here because I missed my slide and it won't let me go back. Let me do that again. Which is why you maybe want to look at the business opportunity because of where we are with this incredible, incredible product. Oops. Okay, well, before I turn it over to Erin, I'm not even going to try to get those slides back. What's different about us again is we are the take it to make it company. We turn the body on with natural herbs and compounds, and we turn the body on to make it. So we talked about NRF2, we talked about an activated collagen, and we talked about this incredible mind body. So I'm going to bring Erin in here just to talk a little bit more about what is this GLP-1? What does it even mean? What does it do? What can we expect from it? So Erin, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right. Hi, everybody. I am Erin. I am a senior consultant one with LifeVantage as well. I'm also a registered nurse. I grew up super crunchy, so I definitely deviated towards the lactation side of things, and I'm a lactation educator, and I love that. I love it so much. I also ended up working in the ICU and cardiac and all the places. I'm also married to John. He's amazing. He makes the best coffee around the world. And if you want to prove it, you can come over and he'll make you coffee. I have 3 kiddos. They're all tweens and teens, which is just mind blowing to me. But I'm also a full-time traveler. I travel on the road. You can see my setup right there with my family. About that time, actually, I was starting to pray for a breakthrough in my health. I had had about a 10-year journey trying to figure out what was wrong. I had had massive weight loss after having my babies. That was just, I was getting back to my normal self. But then all of a sudden I ballooned and I gained 100 pounds in 2 years. And I was just praying and praying and praying for a breakthrough. I had tried everything you can think of. I was raised by a naturopath. So the crunchy world was like just my default. I just went and I looked for everything. I would even go to the ER and get my labs drawn because I felt so terrible. And everything was always normal. So I knew there wasn't something catastrophically wrong with me, but I knew I needed answers. I felt so sick. I couldn't lose any weight. I was just over it, right? So I started praying. And then one day in an RV park, Andrea showed up. She showed up and she brought this answer of activation into my life, and it has been a game changer for me. You can see my before and after picture right there. That was the day I started taking the mind body system, and the picture next to it is exactly 3 months later. And it just has made such a big change in my life. I feel like a completely different person. The first day that I was taking it, I sat down to lunch and thought, oh my gosh, I get to meet this person again. Who is this wonderful person I don't even know? And then it occurred to me that I was meeting myself again. And that was just such a powerful moment where I went, oh my gosh, I'm on the road to becoming myself, who I remember being. And that has not changed. That has continued and continued and continued as I've taken the mind body system. So I'm really excited for anybody who's interested in this to take this. It's life changing. So,
Wow,
Andrea.
Erin, I think what they're going to learn today is when you do GLP-1 correctly by activating it in the body, it's going to be so much more than weight loss.
Yeah, exactly. It is so much more than weight loss. So what is GLP-1? We've heard this buzzword circulating around the internet. We've heard it from friends and family and physicians. It is out there to be had. However, not all GLP-1 supplements or
Injectables.
pharmaceuticals are are created the same. There are synthetics, and then there is the real deal. And it is a glucagon-like peptide. It is naturally occurring in the body. It is a hormone produced in the lower GI tract, and it's known for regulating things like blood sugar and appetite and your digestion. Some people call it the master switch that helps with the whole system of digestion. And the thing is, though, is that as we get sick or as our toxic world comes at us with different things, we struggle to produce enough GLP-1 in the body to keep up with all of these things. We struggle to produce optimal levels of it. And then that leaves us with some weight gain. That leaves us with food noise in our head that just won't shut off. You know, we're always craving something at midnight. Like maybe you sat down to watch a Netflix show and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I think I want food. That actually can be turned off. That is not normal. And so we're really excited about this product. So this GLP-1 is found in a lot of different systems of the body. It's in the brain. And what it does for the brain is it offers neuroprotection. The nerves in your brain are going and going and going. They are so powerful and so protective, but those degrade like everything else. And so this offers neural protection. This signals to your body and to your brain that you're satiated. You don't need any more food. You're happy where you're at. We like to call that one our little self-control angel, you know? Like you got the devil saying, go grab a snack, and you got your little angel saying, you're good. That's what this does. This is like your automatic little self-control friend that sits there and tells you, you're good. It also protects neural stem cells and increases them in the body. And stem cells, we know, are regenerative and help us renew our body. So it increases those as well. And it also helps with memory. In the liver, it's just, I can't even tell you. There's so much to tell you about the liver that I'm just going to say it's like overall liver health. And it protects your liver in so many ways. And that is such a key part to whole body health, not even just digestion. In the heart, I'm going to say the same thing. The GLP-1 hormone in your body offers so much protection for your heart that it helps with your heart rate. It helps with anti-inflammatories. It helps with, if you get a heart attack, it helps to recover after that injury where there's oxygen deprivation. In the pancreas, it increases insulin synthesis. Like it helps your body produce more insulin. That's amazing. That is such a huge answer for so many people, especially when we're verging on the edge of such like epidemic diseases that just take our body down. So it drops your blood sugar. When your insulin goes up, your blood sugar goes down. And then also one of the things that as a nurse, I found to be really exciting is it helps protect the islet cells in your pancreas. Those cells, when you have a disease like diabetes, those cells are the first to go. Those cells are the first to break down, and this one protects them. That is a big deal. I have so many friends with diabetes, type 1, type 2, all of them. And this is so protective. So then in the gut, it will delay your emptying, so you feel fuller longer. It helps your gut not to feel stagnated. So even though it's making you feel fuller longer, it's still processing out all of the food. It's distributing the nutrients where they need to go in the body to help you heal, to help your whole body grow. We are what we eat. And if we can't get our nutrition, then we're not healing our bodies how they're designed to do. We're not building the blocks that we need. So if this one helps the body move all the nutrition through, then it's a very healing thing. You can go on to the next one. So because of this, this system is for whole body health. It will help with your relationship with food. This means that your self-control increases and it becomes a healthy, sustainable way to lose weight. You're not going to drop weight just bam overnight because you have to heal your body and you have to tell it, look, we're producing more GLP-1 because of all of the herbs in Mind Body Core that you can see here. Those are all telling your body synergistically, you need to up your GLP-1 and we're going to teach you how to do it. So then you take the MB Enhance, and that is healing your gut from the inside out. And when you heal your gut, you heal all the systems of the body. Your gut is really the core of your immune system and it's the core of your nutrition. So this is sustainable weight loss. We're not a microwave, right? So this isn't going to be overnight, but it is going to be sustainable, efficient, effective weight loss. So what we found, our company did a 12-week human clinical trial, and it showed that people had increased GLP-1 by 140% on average. That's incredible. That means you're like 2.5 timesing what you already had. These people also lost 9 pounds in 8 weeks on average and ended up losing 25 pounds in 12 weeks. And 100, you guys, this is the most mind-blowing part of this. 100% of those people did not lose any muscle mass. And we know that muscle mass is circulating in the internet, in the world, in the news about the synthetics. With so much muscle loss, you can hurt your heart, you can hurt your eyes. There's so many areas. But in our product, there was no muscle loss whatsoever. So people lost up to 27% of visceral fat. That's the fat that protects your organs. And 82% took back control of their relationship with food. You guys, I can't even tell you psychologically how impactful that is. Food is something we need to survive with. Every day we consume it. And if you can have a healthy, positive relationship with food, that's mind-changing. That's life-changing. Anyway, 95% also had a decrease in sugar cravings. Come on. Like, who doesn't need like we don't need 3 donuts. We only need a bite or one, you know, not
Yes.
all of it. Anyway, it's super exciting.
So how do you take it? Do we inject it? How complicated is it?
No, it's so simple, you guys. I keep it on my nightstand. I have the Mind Body Core right on my nightstand with my water bottle, and I take it right away when I wake up in the morning, and I wait 30 minutes, and then my husband brings me that phenomenal cup of coffee I was out. And then at some point in the day, you take the powder. It varies how many scoops people take, but the recommendation is we take 4 scoops and we start out simple with 2, and then we up to 4 as we can tolerate it. And we just need and then take it during the day. So there's no drugs, there's no needles, woo! There's no harmful side effects, there's no nausea. There might be a little bit of discomfort as you add this fiber to your diet, but there's not these harmful side effects of muscle wasting and heart breakdown. There's no doctors that are going to tell you how to take it, or that you need to increase your dosages, or that it's going to cost so much per dose that you raise up. There's none of that. It's simple, it's straightforward. You order it from the company, you take it as directed, and you just keep going, and it's really beautiful.
Erin, I feel like we should have a disclaimer that it doesn't come with the coffee or your husband.
Yes, I'll keep my husband. Thanks so much.
But it's amazing. So look at these results. If you can just take us through these, because they're just, I mean, it's phenomenal what we've seen. It's, I don't know if you've noticed my picture in the very beginning. I hope I forgot to even like highlight that, but that was a 12-pound difference. And you can see, I give my back photo because that's where you can see it the most. It's absolutely life-changing.
Yes. Well, and if you look at the gentleman in the yellow shirt, like look at the difference right there. Like you can just see so much body composition change. And that's, I think, one of the things that we're noticing in the male population is they're getting a 6-pack. Like they're changing their body composition and they're feeling better. That pooch in the gut, that gut area is all changing. Like, come on, that's a big deal. These women, a lot of them have been doing all the right things, going to the gym all the time, doing all their yoga, doing all their exercises, and they're stuck. They feel so stuck. And so many women have been reporting like, oh my gosh, this was the breakthrough I needed. I was stuck, I was plateaued out, and I didn't know what to do. And again, look at the composition. You're noticing in the abdominal area that the body composition is changing, and that is becoming more toned and more fit. I think that's pretty great. Oh, I love this one. I love this one so much. You guys, look at the lady in the middle. And I heard a doctor say, like, you can't suck in back fat. And that's so true. You can't. You can see here that she's just, it's going away. It's like melting off of her. And I know the gentleman with the tattoo, you know, the bear claw tattoo, he was talking about how Christmas came early for him when his wife noticed that he had developed a new 6-pack, and she was just really excited to look at him again. And I remember hearing him talk about that, and I was just giggling like, yeah, that's pretty exciting.
Our guys are excited too, right?
Yeah. Well, and here, I mean, Andrea, maybe you should cover this one, because she has talked so much about like everything she did at the gym, and she was stuck.
Angie was married to a fitness instructor. Like he taught weightlifting, and she's been on a long journey. In the last 2 years, falling in love with food again, really focusing on the macros, you know, because like so many of us women, how many times do we just, and I'm guilty of this, you have a teeny breakfast, maybe coffee for breakfast, and then a little snack in the daytime. And we call that a meal, and we still can't lose weight. It's crazy. Well, Angie started really focusing on her fitness, her macros, hitting the gym, like this girl doing everything right and not losing the weight until she got into Mind Body. So these phenomenal results are 12 weeks, and you can just see like her beautiful little waistline, everything, just everything coming together is just incredible. Absolutely phenomenal.
And it's such a big thing that your relationship with food doesn't have to be bad. You don't have to have just a cup of coffee for breakfast.
No.
You can eat normally. In fact, I noticed in my journey is I actually started to eat more. I didn't have cravings, and I didn't have all these thoughts about, you know, what I needed. Like the food noise was quiet, but I noticed my body saying, I'm hungry. I want to eat more. And that made a huge difference too in my relationship with food, going, oh, I can eat this and I'll
Mhm.
be okay. Like my body wants this. That's a big deal.
Yeah, and I think it's that brain. When the brain is activated and it's turned on, your body is making those better decisions and it's telling you what it needs. Like I found that I was like, okay, I don't actually want that sweet. And actually, I really want a steak or chicken or protein or cottage cheese or something really good for me. These are just some things that our folks are saying and noticing about activation. It's pretty incredible. I remember someone telling me about before Mind Body came. We were a holistic friend. He was like, we need to have bowel movements 3 to 4 times a day because that's how babies are. And I was like, oh, that's too much. Who wants to do that? But I'm telling you, it really helps in that department, which may be TMI. But how many people have all this old stuff just hanging around in their body for years because they can't get rid of it? No longer, my friends.
Yeah, exactly. All right, you guys. So this is the big news, is that we are no longer on back order. That is such a big deal. Andrea was talking about that, how we sold out in 13 days. We even
Mhm.
at where it was launched, we had to get a new shipment and send in because even our own people were so excited. We bought it out. They had to get a new shipment, and then 13 days later, they had to have a restock. So we are now no longer in back order, and we are entering the season of weight loss. 82% of adults are managing their weight, and 120 million are trying to actively lose weight. Can you imagine the change that this is? That's incredible. That's incredible. Go for it, Andrea.
Right. So we're following the trends here. And this is why we started to do the activation challenge right now. We know that so many people are looking for this. We know we have a healthy option. We know we are fully stocked up. We know that this is also the time that we are really focusing on making a change in our life. We all want this new year, 2025, to be the best year. And to set ourselves up for success. We know that we have projections right now, you guys, that in 2030, half of the US is going to be obese. I mean, that's dire. We have to really rein this in and take control of this. And there's no better way than just turning on our body's ability to take control again. So what we're doing is we're bringing the group to get together, because there's nothing more helpful than start of a new year, getting a community together, having the accountability, and having some really great cash prizes. So we have some really awesome cash prizes that all of our executives pull together this money. So this 30,000 that we're talking about in giveaway prizes is all from executives throwing in cash so that we can reward you for showing up, for having that accountability and having that little incentive like, hey, I want to go for that, right? I'm gonna turn in my and I'll also tell you, because I was part of a 55 club where we got to be, and that's why I took my pictures, because normally when I'm gonna lose weight, I'm not gonna take pictures. It is a game changer. When you take photos, you have accountability. I have a friend who had a fitness instructor, and he was virtual, and she had to send pictures into him every week. And she's like, there's nothing that makes me want to hit the gym and work out than knowing that I've got to send him my pictures, you know? So that sort of accountability is going to really set you up for success, paired with focusing on nutrition, paired with this GLP-1 activation and setting you up for success. Let me move my screen a little bit. Sorry. How would you like, oops. So here are the details. If you guys are tuning in for this, you can start any day in January. So some people have already started this challenge. That's okay. It's 12 weeks for everybody. You have until January 31st to turn in your photos and to register for this challenge. It's a free challenge. You only have to make sure that you order the GLP-1 every single month. So order it once in January, order it once in February, order it once in March. It was those studies, the 12-week studies that we know from Erin and that clinical trial, that the average weight loss was 25 pounds on the GLP-1 activator in that 12-week period. So we saw a huge transformation. We want to see you on the whole 12 weeks. If you do want to start on the 31st, we recommend getting your order in about the 21st, 22nd to give yourself time to have it shipped. And if there's any delays, I'm not worried about snow here in Palm Desert, California, but some of you guys are. You want to make sure that you kind of take that into account and make sure you have it. So your end date for this challenge is going to be 12 weeks after the start date. So this is what that looks like. You start on January 1st, your end date is March 26th. Start on January 2nd, end date is March 27th. all the way to the 31st, and then you'll end on April 25th. So, sorry, I'm in PowerPoint and I've gotten so used to Canva. So first day of the, you can join the challenge was January 1st. We got into that, last day 31st. And this is how you're going to get in. You should be a part, or if someone invited you to this presentation tonight, we do have product education groups specifically for GLP-1. And in those groups, we have a link to take you to this form that you fill out to get involved in the challenge. So if you're a little bit lost or disoriented, just get with the person who invited you to the call. They'll get you this registration sheet. So who can join? Any of our teams, our consultants, any customers, everyone is welcome to this 12-week challenge. Activate and thrive in 2025. Just follow the guidelines of entry participation for your chance to transform, be inspired, and win these epic prizes. So challengers may enter to compete in different categories. So we have incredible cash prizes for males, females, and couples. So we have first, second, third, fourth, and fifth place prizes in each one of those categories. Now, if you're a couple, that just means any two people who want to do this together. Could be husband and wife, could be mother and daughter, could be cousins, could be besties, right? Just grab someone who's going to do this with you. And we love the thought of having husband and wife because you live with each other. And, you know, if you're going for that, well, for husband and wife, they double the prize. So the first place prize for couples is $6,000. So you better believe your husband is going to be telling you like not to pick into, not to eat clean and watching you and making sure you exercise, because that is quite the prize there. So first place male, 3,000, first place female, 3,000, first place couple is going to be doubled, 6,000. And you see those prizes for every single place there. So that's incredible. Here's a couple who did it together, our friends Shauna and Greg, and they both had an incredible transformation, not just physically, but I mean, what this does to you, to your very being, you're changing your whole relationship with food is life-changing. When you hear Shauna talk about her experience with GLP-1 activation, it'll make you cry. That's how powerful this is. It's so much more than weight loss. So at 17 weeks, Shauna was down 27 pounds. She did an incredible job of keeping up with her before and after pictures. And her husband, Greg, at 3 months was down, I believe 19 pounds, which is just, no, 28 pounds. Sorry, 28 pounds. Phenomenal. So how are we going to judge our winners? So I know a lot of you guys are thinking this, you know, maybe some of you only have 10 pounds to lose, 15 pounds to lose. And some may have 50 pounds they want to lose, right? Not everyone is going to be starting at the same point, but we're taking all that into consideration, and it will be very fairly judged, and it's going to be a whole transformation picture, right? We also want to let you know that as you submit those pictures, you can request to have your face blurred. Also, no one else is going to see those pictures except the judges. And we have an incredible couple who have put the system together for us who are going to be the only ones probably seeing your pictures. I won't see them. Erin won't see them. Your consultant won't see them. It will be very private, but it will be there, A, for your accountability, and B, so that we can properly judge this challenge. And I'm telling you, you're going to want to submit it just for the accountability. Just knowing that I'm going to take my pictures next week is going to make me think twice before I put a cookie in my mouth, right?
Well, and I just want to say too, like if you there's sometimes in a weight loss journey where you're like, I don't feel like I'm losing anything. And then you see your own pictures. I'm telling you, the pictures mean so much. I thought the same thing. I was like, man, I'm doing this and I'm so excited and I know that I'm loving it, but am I actually losing? And yeah, the pictures are like solid proof. So do it for yourself too. Do those pictures for your own self.
I love that. And it's what we saw in body composition. Sometimes we're seeing a lot of it where people are losing inches and not necessarily pounds. Because remember, we're not losing muscle. We're gaining nutrition in our bones, which is something we learned from Erin yesterday in a Wellness Wednesday. And there are other factors in distribution of weight and toning that are taken into consideration. But it's absolutely phenomenal. We would encourage you guys, if you're going to do this challenge, to go public on social media and share your progress. Something like, I just started the Activate and Thrive in 2025 Mind Body GLP-1 challenge. My goal is to lose so many pounds, and I'm looking for 3 friends to do this with me. I found in my own life that every time I've achieved something, perfect example, retiring my husband in 3 years. I always declare it to the world. I declare my challenge to the world, which is very bold and it's very almost intimidating because you're saying something that you're not quite sure is going to happen, but you believe it, but you're declaring it. And so just by saying to everyone, I'm in a weight loss challenge and my goal is to get here, is already going to set you ahead of everybody else. I promise you, there's something magical that happens. So you can share your progress, and we have all those graphics that are already set up for you so that you can just grab those and put your pictures right in there. There are 3 stages. So remember, in that clinical trial, there were 12 weeks, and we saw that the average weight loss was 9 pounds in the first 8 weeks, and then 25 pounds at the 12-week mark. So there's a little bit of differences that you can expect in the first 4 weeks, the next the next set of weeks, and then the last 4 weeks. And so the ramp up and reset, that's phase 1. It's approximately week 1 to 4. And as mind body GLP-1 system activates and resets your gut to the right environment, depending on your current microbiome, that's a really big part, and your diet, it may take a while to clear out the bad and reseed the good. You can experience immediate cessation of food cravings and less food noise. I did in my day 1, you guys. You may also notice digestive changes or weight fluctuations, even headaches, as you start to feed your body differently. Now, when you have headaches, I don't want you guys to be afraid like, oh, this is a negative side effect, because we're so used to the pharmaceutical world, and having negative side effects means it's actually not very good for you. In the holistic world, some of these things we're going through, like a headache or maybe even some light diarrhea, that's actually your body resetting and healing, right? And some die-off and some other really great things that are happening. It's your body rebalancing. So it's about trusting the process with activation more than anything. And so phase 2, as you take the mind body GLP-1 every day, your body is becoming more activated. You'll notice better decisions as your gut balance is improved, and you'll get used to more fiber. So there's a lot of fiber in that drink, and your body is going to take some time to get used to it, especially if your diet hasn't had a lot of fiber in it before. And your hunger hormones are balancing out, and your cravings are quieter, making it easier to make healthful and more mindful decisions. And then our phase 3 is week 9 to 12. And as your microbiome starts to flourish and GLP-1 activation starts to optimize the difference, it starts to really become noticeable. And hunger cravings are more controlled. Food noise fades away. Optimal GL1 leads to healthier relationship with food, and you'll see your body composition transform. So these are your challenge tips. Take the products as directed every single day. It sounds silly, but so many times my customers will come to me and say, I have to cancel my order or postpone my order, which is no problem. It's very, very easy, no hassle, right? Subscriptions with us. But I'll say, it only works if you put it in your body. You got to put it in your body. So take it every single day. Taking them as directed is key as well. So that taking the pills in the morning first thing, having your husband bring a cup of coffee a half hour later is fine.
You can. I just want to say too, like black coffee has no calories in it, so you can take it with black coffee.
Oh, interesting. Detoxify. Take in inventory of your home. So if you are going to go into this challenge, the best way to set a goal after you declared it, right? You put it out there to the world. I'm going to do XYZ. You're taking pictures for accountability, right? And then you're going to clean out your environment. What tempts you the most in your home? For each one of us, it's something different. For some people, it's salty things. They love chips, right? For some people, they have a soda addiction, so they're drinking a lot of soda. For some of us, like me, it's peanut butter and chocolate. If I want to win this challenge, that's something that's just not going to be in my house, right? Or I'm going to make sure the kids eat it all and there's just a little piece left for me, right? Because literally I have no control when it comes to that combination. Maybe for snacking, right? And although GLP-1 is going to significantly help, it just makes it that much easier to have those things removed. Movement, commit to movement. I love that my friend shared with me and how to track your steps for the day. So that's something I started to do. Was just tracking my steps and trying to hit 10,000 steps. Maybe for you, it's 5,000, maybe it's 6,000. For everyone, it's going to be different. However, movement is incredible. So that could be 10 minutes of walking, maybe getting some weights, and don't make it overcomplicated, but just, do a little bit of this, a little bit of ups and downs. We do have really incredible resources. If you go to lifestyle@lifevantage.com, you'll find all kinds of help with nutrition, with mindfulness, with how to move your body, with what to eat, with, and something that's new for me and a lot of people who are focusing on health is the importance of putting good protein in our body. Most of us are actually not eating enough protein, and protein, interestingly enough, it takes longer to digest in your intestinal tract. And also it takes the most calories to absorb it and digest it. So you're burning the most amount of calories and you're feeling fuller longer with also, a concentration of protein. And something I love eating now for lunch is Trader Joe's. It has to be Trader Joe's cottage cheese. No other is as good as that, I promise you. I squeeze lemon, cracked pepper, right? And I cut up basil into it, and then I get sardines from Costco. And I put those in, and I'll tell you that is 45 grams of protein, and it's delicious, and it could be made in 3 minutes. So you get in where you fit in. So we talked about, becoming a customer, no hassle subscriptions, really, really awesome. And I also want to introduce you to this idea of doing the business, which I love. So if you get started with MindBody GLP-1 as a customer, this is the price for the MB system. Actually, Aaron, if you want to talk to these, so just the MB system and that trial was just on our MB Core and MB Enhance system, all of those things. However, you can even do better. I'll say that. So Aaron, I'm going to let you talk to this a little bit.
Yeah, so I love these stacks and packs. So the MindBody by itself, yep, that's what the trial was about. It's a phenomenal product. It does everything that they say it does. And then you add in the Protandim NRF2, and that one has this beautiful symbiotic synergy where it works so well with MindBody that they just released new information in a study that said it turns back on 9 different genes. No, 22 different
22.
genes. Yeah, 22 different genes that work to heal your body, specifically your organs. And I think that's incredible. So then when you combine those two together, you've got that optimal situation. Throw in the collagen and you're working on eye health. You're working on liver function, muscle recovery. Who doesn't want that if they're working out more? I want that muscle recovery. Come on. Your sleep quality will go up. Your brain, you have more brain support, and you have more gut health, and you have optimal tissue repair. So stacking all of our activators together is just like stacking on the goodness even more and more. In the last one, the Healthy Weight Pro, if you add in that fat burn actually is like increasing your caloric output. Like you're burning like at the gym, what do you call it when you like are burning extra? My brain is
You're burning extra. That's good.
Yeah, you're burning extra, right?
Yeah.
You're burning more calories with fat burn, and it takes your fat and it turns it into usable fat. Instead of fat that's just going to sit there and need to be detoxed and processed out of your body, it's actually turning it into something your body can use. So it's burning more calories. Add in that the Axio, which is my favorite. I know we skipped ahead quick, but I'm just going to give you a little quick thing. If you're feeling that slump in the middle of the day, you're like, I don't want to go for my second walk. Throw in that Axio. It's got some energy. It's got some brain support to lift more of the brain fog, and you're going to be running at like peak performance. I love those 3 packs together. They're a perfect combination.
I love that. And if you want to look at becoming a consultant, get with the person who invited you. I'm telling you, this opportunity is incredible. Everyone starts the same way, but the beautiful thing about this model is you have mentors and you have a team and you have corporate partners that are looking out for our best interests and just providing us with so much value. And there's training and all sorts of things. So when my husband and I were looking at, probably the old me that was budget mindset, right? Everything had to fit in the budget. There's so much I didn't allow in my life because it didn't fit in my budget. Until one day I was like, no more. And I started to change my mindset and I started to think, how can I afford it? What do I need to do to change things in my life instead of living in this finite little box, right? I want to live more abundantly and with vitality. And then when we looked at this model, my husband and I, we came in on the highest pack. At the time, that was a $1,200 stack. It was a $1,200 pack. Today, our highest one is $1,000. For us, when we were looking at investing $150,000, which would require us to be physically at this location away from our children for hours and hours, you know, until we got this thing working, and we were willing to not get paid until the restaurant was a success. And if you know the failure rate for restaurants, you would know what we were up against. And we were looking at payroll and all kinds of things. This was just a no-brainer. It was an absolute no-brainer. Now, if you're not looking like me to create something, this is also really smart. If you just want to casually share with some folks, some family members that you're excited about, you want to have a tax write-off, because all of this suddenly becomes a tax write-off, and that's a whole other amazing thing to kind of road to go down. And you can get your products paid for. So that could also be you saying, how can I afford this? I'm on a budget. Well, maybe just sharing this incredible products and truly life-changing, because everyone we brought this into, like me meeting Erin, has literally changed her life. And then Erin coming into the business has taught me deeper and deeper about the power of activation. So we're just an army of goodness over here. But
Well, and
getting
you're gonna share the products anyway.
Yes.
People are gonna notice the big change. People have started saying to me like, you look different in your pictures. My dad called me up and said, I need to know what's happening. Because he saw such a difference. So people are gonna notice the change, and you're gonna talk about it anyway. So you might as well get paid. If that's the way I think, you might as well just jump right in.
I love that. I love that. It's so true. But get in where you fit in, join the challenge, get ready to commit. Don't forget to register, get with your friends to register. We have a really incredible resource. It's a PDF. It's your whole experience guide. It also has hyperlinks to videos that are super helpful, with doctors explaining like what you're going through, how to understand your body, and how to have the best experience, right? And then join a group. So we do have Facebook groups. That's where we're giving away weekly prizes in addition to the 30,000 giveaway. And also, you know, we do want to tell you that this is not a diet. Okay. We don't want you to come here and say, oh, I'm going to do a 12-week diet so I can be really sexy and amazing this summer at the beach, right? And I can fit into a swimsuit. We're ditching the diet culture. We want to be healthy and strong. That is the new sexy, you guys. That is like being fit and healthy. Right? And we want to do a lifestyle change. We don't want to do some quick fix. We want to trust our body, especially with mind body. It's activation is doing what your body needs to do to get to its best self, right? So trust the process, ditch that culture, make a lifestyle change, heal your gut, your liver, all those things that Erin was talking about as well. So again, so much more than that. So get in where you fit in, become a customer, consultant, just activate to thrive in 2025. So we're going to wrap it up. That was a little longer than I wanted it to be, but it's really hard to not get super excited and go on, because literally Erin and I could probably be here for another 3 hours and just blow your ever loving mind with activation and just how much we love this business. It's so much fun. Thank you so much for being here. God bless. And we'll get the replay out to you guys. Take care.